So the next step, we get to the granddaddy of them all, man. This is something that people argue squats or deadlifts. I say do both of them. And damn it, we do both of them in this workout. So deadlifts are the key exercise to the lower body pull day. So you start out, you do 5 sets of 8 to 15. You could do conventional, you could do sumo, I don't care. Whatever you feel better with. I prefer conventional, but that's just me. Next up, unilateral or dumbbell Romanian deadlifts. You do it on one leg where you're working, where your leg that actually swings up is the opposite of your arm that goes down. So this will create balance. When you're balancing, that activates a lot of different muscles. So while this isn't my prime mover in making gains, I think that doing unilateral movements that require balance do wonders to induce hypertrophy or muscle growth in muscle. Next, be a good morning. Seated leg curls, again, if you have one of those, that's great. If not, any leg curl will do. Seated calf raise, leg press calf raise. Simply get in a leg press machine, push up with your calves, squeeze the top, come down, just bending at your toe. And then hanging leg raises. Hang from an apparatus, bring your legs up, and at the top, be sure to curl your abs where your legs actually don't come just to parallel to the ground, but they actually swing up a little to get that abdominal contraction. So, deadlifts, conventional versus sumo. For the sake of this program, I'm gonna recommend conventional because the sumo is a lot like a squat and the muscles worked in here. Work a little more back, a little more hamstrings. So we're gonna do it like this. Now, to get your proper foot placement on this, something you can do in every leg movement, put your feet together, swoop them out, heels together, straight. Out, straight. That should be around where you're gonna be. Now, as far as grip on conventional, I recommend something pretty simple. Just gonna let your arms fall to the side, drop it down, even it out, there you go. As for your back, you want it to be straight. Retract your scapula, meaning pull your shoulder blades together. Look where your head goes. I don't want it going up, I don't want it going down. I want you to picture a spot, if you have to put something down there, that's fine. 10 feet in front of you on the floor. That will promote spinal neutrality. Again, we don't want to snap anything up, we want to be healthy. Deadlifts can be a rehabilitative movement, they don't have to be a injury-prone movement. So, get your stance. Before you come up, breathe in, hold your breath. Valsalva maneuver, it's called. Looks 10 feet. Remember that hip hinge? Pop your hips. Boom. One of the best things you can have for deadlifts are Versa grips. We sell these at tigerfitness.com and they're a one-time investment. You know, you use them, they'll last for a few years. The Velcro, after a few years, will give out. Tell you what, I use this probably 4 times a week and I've been using these for over a year and a half and they're still good to go. Now the reason being is that your grip will give out before your back. When you get to your heavier sets and grip becomes an issue, rather than straps, and again, straps work, but they can rip, they can wear, and they're not as efficient and quick. Versa grips are comfortable, got the leather handle. What you do is you take it, wrap your hand underneath, cinch it in. Take it, and you're done. No trying to wrap the strap around, none of that stuff. But anyway, Versa grips, definite must have. You might be wondering why I'm not wearing shoes. Well, powerlifters are known to train in flat-soled shoes, or if they're doing squats, they train in squat shoes. For me, when I'm doing deadlifts, I want to be as close to the ground as possible. I'm also one of those old school naturalists, not that I'm running around barefoot or doing anything crazy barefoot, but like our feet are made to do stuff with. You know, you put that shoe on there, you're not really working the muscle of your feet, which your feet connect to the ground. First thing I wake up every morning is I get up and I roll a lacrosse ball across my feet to make sure they're ready for the day. So my whole thing is, when I'm deadlifting, not only do I want to be as close to the ground as possible, but I also just like the feeling of deadlifting without shoes. Now, I don't recommend wearing high tops like Jordans with the big thick soles. If you're gonna deadlift in any shoe, deadlift in a wrestling shoe, something like that, or, of course, there's always Chuck Taylors. Talk about functionality, we talk about using our core, which deadlifts use a lot of. However, what if we were to take that to the next level? Now, the next progression of a Romanian deadlift. It requires a lot of balance. The thing I've said before about balance is balance requires you to fire and activate muscles that you don't activate when doing an isolation movement. Now, obviously for bodybuilding, you need to hypertrophy, which means you need to overload, right? However, throwing some of this into the mix will give you complete roundness, fullness, and just full development of the muscle because you're hitting all those angles, activating all those twitching muscles. However, it will also allow you to function in life. Now here's one, same arm, same leg. Okay, right arm, right leg, back leg comes up, glute, your ass is flexed. You're gonna come down, come up. Try to maintain your balance the entire way. Your left glute is flexed at all times. All about straight lines. Okay, switch arms. Off arm, do whatever you can to maintain stability. If that means here, for me it's out here. Tight glute, this glute is tight. Nice, slow, controlled. You're gonna feel that in your hamstring like nothing else. The good morning. Think of it as a Romanian deadlift without holding the bar. Now, this is a move that's utilized a lot by powerlifters because in the bottom of the squat, sure, you're trying not to bend forward. However, it's a muscle group that is used heavily in the squat. The reason I like it, not only does it do great for your erectors and your lower back, however, it puts a lot of great extension on the hamstring. And the best way to build your hamstrings isn't necessarily curling, which is an open chain movement, but a nice full compound movement like this really puts great pressure on your hamstring. All right guys, so leg curls. In your gym, you're gonna have a lying leg curl, a seated leg curl, or a standing leg curl. The progression of this program is it's listed where you do one movement one week, one movement the next, and then one movement the next. Honestly, it's an open chain movement. As long as you're curling your foot up towards your butt, I don't care which one you do. Just do a leg curl. Now, an open chain movement is something that generally athletes, EXOS trained athletes will avoid, because it doesn't really prove much. We're already doing a lot of hamstring activation with the functional movements that we're doing, like the Romanian deadlift and things like that. However, since we're going for hypertrophy, we want to look better, best way is to overload the muscle, and like it or not, open chain movements overload the muscle. So simple leg curl, you get up in the seat, you just curl up, squeeze the top, slow down. Leg press calf raise, pretty simple. I mean, you really have no balance into play. You just simply focus on pushing at your toes and compressing, flexing your calves. So you come up, nice extension, then flex, pause the top, come down. Hanging leg raises. Now I don't want you to just swing your legs up. I want you to consciously rotate your hips up to make sure that you're really activating your abs. Now, just bringing your legs up will work your abs. However, we don't want to just work our abs. We want to really work them. So you come up,